I mean, it's one of those things. I don't know how far it's going to go. Once again, like my first point was that it doesn't have to look like Alan Rickman, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to look that glad. He has to look like the book says. But
Mhm.
even in the book, it is. I mean, that's not many black people I know with hook noses. I'm just letting you know.
Mhm.
It's not one of those things that we have. Not just. But so who knows? I don't know. And if he does if you get a great actor, we'll see.
Mhm.
There's nothing about the color of someone that portrays to the actual character. That's my biggest gripe. If the color has to do with how the character really is, then the color matters, right?
Mhm.
But if it doesn't have anything to do with what the character does or anything like that, or who they are, then it's hard for me to say like that man matters. I'll be willing to listen because it's about what someone cares about. I'll be willing to listen to it, but I don't know if it matters if it doesn't really portray to the character like it has to be. They have to be this.
Yeah.
Like if you're Indian and you're a Buddhist and then you change the race of that and that was vital to the character,
Mhm.
then I think it's a problem, right? But if you're just English and certain things, I mean, there's black people that are English. English is very vague in its own description. So it's if someone could come in and say something specific why you had to be like the color of this person's skin matters, then I'm willing to listen. But if he can't give me why, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I guess we'll just jump right into it since we're talking about it. Also, what's up, Ty?
Hi, what's up, man?
Hi, what's going on, man?
Because that's what Collector Movie Man is talking about with who they're considering to play Snape in it. Looks nothing like Snape's name is a white man in his 40s or 50s with long black greasy hair. That's the movies. In the book, he should be around 30.
Yeah, he
Should
should
be about
be a
30.
lot younger. All of them should be a lot younger. I mean,
Mhm.
Harry Potter's, they were young parents when they died at like 32, 33 years old. They were really young, you know. Here's in the book, it says Snape is a thin man with sallow skin, a large hooked nose, an uneven yellow teeth. He has shoulder length, greasy black hair with cold black eyes. He wears black robes that makes him look like an overgrown bat.
Yeah. So I mean, the black robes, that's that's aesthetic. That's no big deal. But it's the hooked nose. That's usually like what they reserve for like when you describe like a witch or something. Like it's like long and like hookish. And then the greasy
shoulder
black
length, greasy black hair.
Yeah. Is yeah.
We're in a bunch of people,
but I'm not going to say it.
We're in a bunch of people fan casting Adam Driver or something like that.
Yeah, he was a big fan casting one. Yeah. He was good in the film Men. Was he in Men? I don't remember. So the dude that I really don't want to kill his name. If you guys know how to pronounce it.
I'm not even gonna attempt that.
Yeah. Here, I'll put it in chat and then I'll pop it up here.
Wasn't it, I thought it was a Paapa Essiedu. That's what I thought.
Yeah, is that what? Yeah.
So that's why I heard Paapa Essiedu.
That sounds right to me. But I'd seen him in a few things. What the hell was that? That was a Netflix show? No, Gangs of London.
Yeah.
That's the one he was big in. Yeah, and then he was in a Black Mirror episode. Which
I remember him on Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the Lazarus Project. He was too. I really didn't watch that one though. Gangs of London, he was pretty good in. So he's also like Shakespeare dude. He did Hamlet, did King Lear. I'm looking at his his
Yeah, I looked at his I looked at his work, his resume pretty much speaks for itself. So if they say he's a good enough actor, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I believe he won an Emmy. I believe he won an Emmy for
it had to be the Gangs of London because Gangs of London was off the chain.
Yeah.
But when you talk
yeah, that
about
was a good show.
BBC Royal Shakespeare, right? He did Hamlet, right? So like that's where you like, okay, this guy has acting chops and he can do anything. And then the age, I mean, we really want to talk about the age matches where Snape should be about 34. I don't know. I'm in my mind when they described Snape before I saw him. Of course, I saw him as a white guy, and I also saw him like a witch, sounding like a witch. You know, skinny. You know, the robes, engulfing him, looking like a bat. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw. Like, awkward. But that's not Alan Rickman. That's not him either. So, like, did we have we're uproar over that?
What if you do if this series in what is it, like 7 seasons, 8 seasons, whatever they're gonna do with it per book,
1 season per book.
Yeah. And it winds up being like amazing, right? Like it's like people love it. It's more accurate to the book. They still love the movies, and now they have this to go by too. And he kills it. Like, is that going to take away from Alan Rickman? I don't think so. I think it'll just add a different version of Snape.
The greatest series ever created.
No, I don't think
still building lands in Universal. Like,
yeah.
But no, I don't think it would take away from it at all. They're already establishing this as very much its own thing. I think the movies are held in such a high regard that you're inevitably going to be in their shadow, but that that goes for pretty much any role. That goes for characters like the Joker or characters like Spider-Man. It's pretty much inevitable. You just have to look at it as its own entity.
So I was saying, tell him not to check his DMs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't have that. You don't get that. And people are going to say stupid things like it's reverse racism, and which I don't think exists. And you're going to get that always.
Yeah.
So. But he hasn't even accepted it either. Right? And
yeah,
I think he's probably thinking about it like that. Is it worth me taking this walk? Do I really care about it this much? Do I really want to go with this? I find myself feeling a certain way too. Like I feel like he probably should be looked at this way. That's the way I see him. When you read a book and you read a story, you envision an actor. Now, I would say Alan Rickman was not the way I envisioned it. I thought he was a little bit bigger, cool, a little bit too cool, and his speech pattern was just awesome. I love this speech pattern, but
it was supposed. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I think it was Snape necessarily, but it was very cool.